Let's play a little game of Guess the Rank. Guessing someone's rank based on a few minutes of gameplay is already difficult. And these days, to attempt a guess on a single play, a highlight no less, is practically impossible. For instance, this guy who just pulled off a ceiling shot, he's a gold player. Now this is from a 1v1, so he's probably higher in other playlists, but still, it's a gold, no less. Lately I've been interested in how Rocket League players of all ranks are able to pull off some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen. I've theorized that players who practice more challenging mechanics more often get better at the game faster than those who don't. Now this doesn't mean you're a bad player if you don't go for crazy stuff. I took forever to get where I am rank-wise. I didn't hit a ceiling shot until I was a Champ 2, and a flip reset until Champ 3. Play the game the way you want to play. However, there's this misconception in the community that it's pointless to practice advanced stuff that's less efficient in ranked play. And there's definitely some merit to that. Why practice moves that won't benefit your team as much, and get the results you need to rank up? Well, I'd argue that it's not necessarily the fact that you can pull off some nutty dribble in ranked, as much as what it took for you to get to that point mechanically. In other words, in practicing that level of dribbling, you have inevitably mastered basic car control, which will certainly put you in a better position to win more ranked games. And today, players of lower ranks are getting better and better at pulling off crazier and crazier things. If a gold can hit something like this, and a platinum something like this, then what separates the best players? And that's what we're looking at today. When compared side by side, it's much easier to tell the difference in competency of these players' highlights. I'm going to be showing you 3 different levels of advanced Rocket League mechanics, 10 of my favorite types of plays, so we can see what the same types of moves look like at different stages of skill. To make this video, I poured over hundreds and hundreds of the community's best plays submitted to the Rocket League subreddit, then organized them into the rank of the player and the type of mechanic or play displayed. I made sure all the clips were from the last year, of course, since the Rocket League meta evolved so fast, and tried to make sure it was in competitive play as well. Alright, let's dive in. We start with one of my favorite types of plays, double taps, or in the case where they don't get a double touch in the air, it's just a backboard read in this case. We start in bronze, so that's actually quite an impressive play for a bronze player, and that's what we're going to see in this first level. They are performing the play, but it looks a little bit lucky. Not 100% luck. They are putting themselves in position to make the play, and they are executing it beautifully. But you can see how the mechanics just look a little bit stiff, like they're not quite used to pulling off something like this. It's clearly one of the best plays they've ever made, which is awesome. And that's why you shouldn't feel bad if you're watching this and you haven't done many double taps and you're a much higher rank than these players. This is some of the best plays they've ever pulled off, so far anyway. Doesn't make it less impressive though. If anything, it's inspiring to know that no matter what rank you are, you're fully capable of pulling off some incredible stuff if you practice it. Moving into air dribbles, again, pretty nice. They're getting a lot of touches, but the control just seems a little wild. Moving into another one of my favorite categories, incredible saves and clears. This is another one that I like a lot because everyone, as soon as they start playing Rocket League, is really capable of getting to the right spot and making that desperate epic save. This guy pre-flipping already in gold too, putting me to shame. Moving into ceiling shots. This is one of the most incredible ones to me, that golds can now perform ceiling shots. It's just crazy. But it makes sense. I mean, they've practiced this mechanic, they can go up the wall. It is a very basic form of the ceiling shot. He's already perfectly lined up. But again, doesn't make it any less impressive that he's able to pull it off. Flip resets. In level 1, yeah, it's a little unconventional. You love to see it. Again, what we talked about before, where it does seem a little bit lucky, but again, it still is not easy to get on the ball like that and make that play happen. Flip resets are one of the hardest things to do in the game. Moving into dribbles and flicks. Now this I identify a little bit more with as far as performing them at a low level, because this is one of the first things that I really enjoyed doing. This guy just taking a walk in the park in bronze. Pretty impressive. I don't think he's going to be in bronze for long. Same story in silver. This guy just slicing and dicing. Keep that car cam log too. We can see at this first level of dribbling, it's mostly bounce dribbles. They're not really bouncing the ball in their car yet, but they're still able to pull off some sweet flicks. This guy in gold, a little bit of whiff from a teammate, a little bit awkward getting started, but once he gets started, better watch out. 3v1 flick. You gotta love the card designs down here. This guy actually bouncing the ball a little bit on his head. He's able to make it work even though it fell off. Moving into bump and demo plays. This is another one that's truly impressive to me because even now, I barely ever go for a bump and demo. And you have to wonder, is this guy going for the ball here? Because I definitely would have went for the ball, but he's got his sights set on the opponent sitting there. And yeah, in level 1, the opponents are a little weaker. It's one of the things that makes level 1 level 1. Now here's a redirect and a little bit of an own goal I had to sneak in there because it was such a beautiful redirect. This guy, he's on the correct side of the field, and that's the right net. Pinches. I just never go for pinches, and so it's great to see these players thinking about this stuff already. This pinch didn't actually go in, but it set him up, you know. This guy just kills the ceiling. I love how he just sits there in disbelief. Here we get a nice little ground pinch in gold. Good stuff. Moving into fakes. Now, at level 1, you can fake just as well because, you know, the players are just diving at the ball. So it might make it a little bit easier. Kind of just whiffing there, but fake's a fake, baby. I thought I'd throw in some whiffs. Let's bring us back to reality here. This is probably the greatest silver whiff of all time. It's the 3-man whiff. That's what Rocket League's all about right there. That's some true teamwork in silver. Moving up to gold. Everyone gets a whiff. Level 2. Now here we're gonna see a lot better car control. Their double taps actually look like they're, you know, going for them on purpose. And there's just a lot more purpose in general in their motions. The way they go directly towards the ball. There's a little bit of wobble there, but for the most part, it's straight at the ball. Here we see a nice power slide turn, boosting through the power slide. You wouldn't see that in level 1. Nice inverted aerial, good read. Notice the speed and power difference too. They're more consistently able to pull these off because you see the base level of skill being higher. They're pre-flip into the backboard read. That guy's been putting in the air roll training. Moving into air dribbles. Another one that's just a big step up from level 1 already in platinum. It's crazy to think that's only 1 rank above gold, but there's such a drastic difference in the mechanics of these players. He didn't take it all the way there. You'll notice the setup's a little bit out of control, but you definitely see the progress. This guy is going to be a god one day, of course. Into level 2 of saves and clears. Just a little bit wilder, just a little bit more unbelievable than level 1. No idea how he saved that. Like, these are incredibly impressive to me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm in level 2 in saves and clears. Now, ceiling shots. Same story for this, actually. These players, absolutely insane that they're able to pull this stuff off. Of course, we don't see what happens off the ball, but the car control is so good in these players. And you know, they're probably in Diamond because the experience isn't quite there, the game sense isn't quite there, or rotation or defense or whatever it is. But any of you game sense oriented players are out there, if you had these mechanics, you know, think about how much higher you would be. This guy, Jzer wannabe, he's the platinum version of Jzer, and honestly, he pulls it off. I mean, he did it. And again, it's important to remember that this isn't necessarily the norm. You know, this is still a rare play in Diamond and Plat. But still, it's possible. These guys have done it. And that's always the first step. Or in this case, I guess, because this is level 2, the second step. Dribbles and flicks, a little out of control there, but the speed, you'll notice, is a big step up from level 1. Remember in level 1, the balancing the ball on the car wasn't quite there yet. Well, it's definitely here now in level 2. Moving into bumps and demos. Actually, a little bonus there, the avoiding of the bump and demo is also another sign of just the overall awareness of the pitch increasing. This guy with a nice first touch, beautiful demo, maybe a little lucky on that second touch, but he put himself in the right spot. Pass is really coming together in Plat now. Definitely more of a rarity in bronze through gold, but they're definitely more regular here. Still a highlight play for this rank. But here in level 2, you can really see a more complete understanding of how the car moves, where it can flip to, where the ball's going to end up. You know, the reading is there much better. Allows them to string together these pass plays and these nice little redirects in the air, high in the air, I might add. The pinches get a little crazier in level 2. Little team pinch there. You don't see that much in the lower ranks. You can also see these cuxer pinches on the wall. Definitely gaining a little bit of speed there. We're still doing the I can't believe I hit that Moving into level 2 fakes, again, this gets a little more impressive since obviously the opponents are a little bit better, a little bit more aware. That's just nasty. The wave dash fake, that guy's gonna be thinking about that one for a while. Guess what though, level 2, the whiffs don't stop. Here in Diamond 2, some would say the whiffs are even more prominent because players are trying to play faster. Alright, now we get up to the level 3 highlights, where players in the highest ranks are showing off what they've got. Here the double taps get pretty incredible with way tighter angles, way more power, much more difficult reads, and they still find a way to get it in the back of the net. The air dribbles are where we really see the car control and ball control come to fruition, right? Just a lot tighter than level 2, a lot closer to the ball. They're able to lift it beautifully over multiple defenders pretty easily. Although I'm at this rank, I rarely pull off air dribbles this clean. I also don't use the Batmobile, so maybe that's what it is. The ceiling shots, a lot smoother. They're doing, what the heck is that? See, it wouldn't even occur to me to go for that. This is just a really nice, clean, powerful ceiling shot to backboard double tap. I practiced that for like 4 hours in training. I could barely hit it. This is in ranked. This guy just hit a musty flick double tap ceiling shot. It just gets ridiculous, honestly. This flip reset where he lands way off the ball, and he's able to, kind of a pre-flip actually, able to predict where the ball's gonna end up. Watch the way this guy stays so close to the ball even while he's air rolling and just has that control to get right where he needs to be for the flip reset. In GC, of course, a lot of players have this type of control where they can, again, bounce way off the ball in their flip reset and still figure out where they need to end up. For saves and clears in level 3, gets even crazier. Here's a nice little pre-flip. No other way to get to the ball that fast. Does what he needs to do. This guy, one of the smoothest saves I've ever seen in Champ 2. Dribbles and flicks in level 3, this is where it gets, oh, so sexy. Here in GC, we see a cheeky little classy flick, and then one of the best exhibitions of car control I've seen. He's moving so quickly and so seemingly frantically, but really he's in control the whole time. This one, I don't even know what to call that. Like, this guy's just out here having fun. I do know what to call that. That's a breezy flick, and he just crushed it. Level 3 bumps and demos. Here's where you really see things get pretty with the upside down. I don't know if that touch was intentional, but the upside down bump definitely was. A little double bump because one's just not enough. In GC, the passes and redirects are pretty essential. So we see players who are much better at working together as a team, especially in threes, pretty essential for dismantling the opponents at a high level 3. This is in Champ 1. This guy shows how a ground pinch is done. Just a little bit cleaner than the level 1 ground pinch we saw in the gold rank. Champ 3, Cuxer pinch, upper 90, unsavable. For the GC pinch, I had to find myself a little musty clip. Insane angle, insane power pinch from the corner. Level 3 fakes, these just get nasty. This first one from Champ 2 takes his time, gets cute with it. I like it. Another one from Champ 2, we get a nice little flick there. Slows down the pace, has no problem controlling the tempo. This fake is actually one in the air. And believe it or not, it's actually on squishy muffins. So I'd say the opponents were decent here. The Champ whiffs, the high level whiffs, you love to see it. At this rank, it's usually just everyone messing each other up. You know, one person whiffs, and it's just a chain of whiffs from there. Yes, this is actually Champ 1. It happens, people, it happens. And that is why you suck at Rocket League. Wow, I haven't said that sentence in a long time. Maybe it's time to bring that back. This clip literally has inspired me to suck more at Rocket League.